there is a distant rumbling, something heavy moving about above, and Hilma rests easy, knowing that it's Ryan, the large dinosaur that she managed to befriend in our last episode. With Ryan's help, Hilma took down a pack of coyotes, gaining a fair amount of meat, sinew, and importantly, pelts in the process. As these summer days drift by, she goes through her mental checklist, keeping track of her needs and what she needs to be working on next. As ever, time carries on, and with it, those more long-term projects, which Hilma will strive to meet yet again today. Kia ora, Legionnaires, Rycon here, and welcome back to Cataclysm Innawood. We are here with Hilma Baron, having just woken up to a nice, fresh, new day. I believe our fire is good for, another 16 hours at this stage. We're going to start our morning off by eating a fair amount of the cooked pieces of lung that we have, which unfortunately are going to make us a little upset, but hey, we've done it now, it's done, we can move on, can't we? Yes, and another thing, when we woke up this morning, we got this little message over here, you feel good, healthy living does seem to have some rewards. So we are healthy, which is good to know considering the amount of lard that we've been eating recently, among other things. So yay, go us, we're actually healthy, and I think a lot of that is due to the raspberries and huckleberries and everything else that we are eating at the moment. We do have some fat here, which we're going to want to process, but we don't really need to worry about processing it right yet. The other things here, the sweet bread and all the rest, we're probably not going to worry about them. The brains, we will, so we want to try and use those first to try and work on those pelts that we got yesterday. We'll start the morning off, though, by having something nice and cool to drink, so we'll have some of that clean water there. Lovely. And we'll jump into having a look at those pelts. So, curing the pelts, first of all. And it doesn't really seem to take that much time for us to be able to do it. There's 10 of them. It's going to take an hour and 9 minutes, so it will take a little while here. And we'll just use the salt water that's nearby. Bam. Done. Just like that. And now this is the part that we are going to need the brains for. Tanning Fur Pelt. Yep, our applied science is still down. I don't think it's going to affect us in this. I'm hoping, at the least. And so we need to have 6 cured pelts to be able to make this, so we're only going to be able to make the 1. We need to have another 2 more cured pelts to be able to get another one going. So for now, we will use those raw brains that we've got, and we'll just work on those pelts, and just like that, it's all done. Go and put that one over there, and obviously, because it's all these other smaller pelts, it's like we combine it into one really large pelt. The other cured pelts are going to sit there just fine. I'm not concerned about them. I will just go and make some short cordage real quick. We'll use some of the straw that we've got for that, just so that we can make those sealed stomachs. We are using rotten pieces to do this, but supposedly it is okay for us to use the rotten pieces, so we will see if it's going to be okay. We'll say yes to the clean water, and bam. Just like that, we have our sealed stomachs, and they seem to be perfectly fine. So obviously these are smaller stomachs than what we've used before. We usually have the large stomachs, but works for me. So from here, we're just going to have a snack on the berries that we have left here. We'll eat them all, and the scraps of meat that we've got, we're going to cook them up as well, because it takes next to no time for us to make, and, well, extra calories. We'll just keep them in our pocket for, snacks. Now we can actually make some flour out of the starch that we have. Yeah, an hour though for us to do that. The starch is only going to last for 11 hours though, and I don't want to lose it if we can avoid it. So, you know what? Let's go make our first bit of flour, and that's an hour spent, but we have flour now. Actual flour, Hilma. And don't worry, I haven't forgotten about the goal to try and get our food handling skill up a little bit higher. That is definitely something that I want to be doing, but I think it's something that we can probably do a little bit later in the day. We did manage to get quite a few logs stacked up yesterday, but I wouldn't mind getting a few more, and I guess I also wouldn't mind knocking down a little bit more of our cave if we can do so cautiously. So we'll grab our copper axe and we'll walk on upstairs. Caterpillar will be waiting for us down here. And it's another nice clear day. No rain, no portal storms. For now, that is. And I did leave our cloak on, which I'll take off. Hopefully we can keep it in our pack. We can. That's good. Well, I had a little fright for a second then, but it's just our friend down here. Now, I don't suppose we can play with you. No, we can't. We can't, Ryan, but you're doing fine. And this will be done. Let's have a look. Remove the food. Excellent, and we'll remove the food from here as well. Can we fit that in our pack? Okay, well, we can fit some of it. We'll just leave it here for now. I don't think we're in danger of anyone coming along to try and steal that. And, yeah, let's have a look at these trees, huh? I'm seeing more of our little sprouts here taking off. Eventually the ones that are along here will start to catch up. We planted them a little bit later. These are just still freshly planted, whereas the cattails that we planted first, we can see that it's sprouting at this point. Okay, let's have a look around the cave and see if there's anything that we're willing to take a risk with. And not really. I mean, the only one maybe is this one here, but in saying that, when that collapsed over here, it took out a whole heap. Like, it was a long tree. Like, it might even go up to that point. It could always end up going that way. It doesn't always seem to play ball. We also do know that if we do collapse the wall, we can just build it back up again using rock. So, yeah, do I want to potentially collapse it on top of all of our stuff? Not really. But we could, we could give it a go. Oh, man. It's a risk. It is a risk. No matter what we do, it is most certainly a risk. And I think, yeah, we are only going to be able to kind of attack it from this angle and then try and knock it down this way. I'm very sorry, seedlings, if we land on you. But, you know, we live and learn, don't we? Well, let's hope that we live here. Okay, we want to chop down this tree. There we go. And we want it to go down this way. Okay, cool. Now we know. It goes along the path of least resistance. So what happened there is it started to drop, probably hit that, and just rolled off towards the side and crushed our seedlings. That's okay. It's only a small amount that we lost there. I'm not so concerned about that. Let's just spend the time here to go and chop these suckers up. All right. Well, that was some hard work, but we got there in the end. Now, I think we're going to be able to just move this over like this. Yeah, 11 logs. Very nice. We'll move that down to here, and I think we might even have, yep, some more charcoal. Damn, that's a lot of charcoal. Move that there, just like so. 2,500 charcoal, and a whole heap of logs for downstairs. We can sacrifice 2 logs, can't we? Yeah, we can. Fire that kiln. Excellent. Excellent. And it's still early in the day. Oh, actually, no, it's not. It's the afternoon at this stage. So I think we're probably going to spend the rest of the time, you know, just downstairs. Take our smoked meat with us. You know what? Before we go down, I just ate quite a few berries. We're just going to go have a little bit of a forage out in the woods here, just so that we can stock up on our snacks. Caterpillar's waiting for us. How nice. We'll just round the corner here. We'll leave those logs just in this position, and we'll move all the food that we just got. Just some extra stuff. We actually have quite a bit in our inventory. Yeah, we're going to be moving all of that over there for the time being. And there we are, safe and sound, back at home. So there's nothing super time sensitive at this stage. The offal and the stuff that we have up here, unfortunately, that is going to go off. So we might just want to have a look at chucking that in the fire for now. We can keep the brains around for a little bit longer. I think we're okay to do that, but we're just going to sit down here. We're going to work on making some more cordage, just slowly but surely trying to whack that out. Okay, we managed to get a fair bit done there. Let's see how much we've actually got. We're up to 11 at this stage, so yeah, we're on our way. We're going to start off by just eating our berries and our apricots and whatnot, which at this stage is just going to be really, really good for us. Yeah, those brains have gone rotten. That was going to happen. We'll just have that clean water. It might make us overfull. There we go, we're slaked. And we'll keep on working until sundown. Okay, and there we are at sundown. We managed to get another 2 done at this stage. So we've got 12 in total, just making sure. Oh, we had another 5 here. So actually, we've got 17. So we are past the halfway mark now for that rope. Okay, all right, we're going to play with Caterpillar just for a little bit here before we lay down to sleep. And I think we're probably going to have to wear that cloak again because it's been a little bit colder at night down here. Oh, yeah, I just checked the fire. We've got an hour left on that, so probably good for us to chuck that in there before we rest for the eve. Well, we can see as we wake up, getting out of bed doesn't seem too hard today. We can get used to this. That's nice to see. But yeah, our athletics has dropped down yet again. The skill rust, honestly, I swear it's changed. I swear it's changed recently because we seem to just drop skill really, really quickly now. It's okay. We're good. We're good. Let's go back to athletics. And just like that, we've increased our proficiency. We're going to go further if we can. Oh, already back up to 2. Took no time at all. We'll leave our athletics skill over in the corner. We did our crunches, you know, so that did the trick for us. Just having a look at, I think it's going to be under interaction. Yeah, there we are. So we've got it to 2. We can't do intermediate. That's fine. Forget I said anything. Let's just go eat our berries to start the day. Yeah, they're low calorie. We'll make sure that we eat some stuff that's going to be a little bit better for us. But honestly, I wouldn't mind just kind of knuckling down this morning and just trying to see if we can get the rest of these long cordage pieces done. Because we're in a good mood, we seem to be able to craft really quite quickly. Yeah, let's keep it up. Okay, we can no longer make that craft. So we are going to need to go and get some more straw or some other bits of plant. We're up to 18 now at this stage, which is pretty freaking good. Let's see. We're going to take our stone sickle and we're just going to go cut some grass outside. We'll have something to drink before we do. There we are. Out we go. We'll just go and roll up this cloak of ours as well, put that back into our pack, and, well, we'll empty this out. Even more charcoal. 4,500. Very nice. Right, so we've got about 53 pieces of straw at the moment. We've got 30 down beneath us. And hey, I just saw a crow nearby. Okay, stay away from our crops, crow. Okay, we are back downstairs. And we, I believe, are going to be able to get straight back into this. We are going to use the straw and get onto it. So we got 21. We only need 9 more at this stage. We got 28 long cordage pieces, and I believe we just ran out of the straw necessary to make more. Back outside then. Alright, it is later in the day, but I believe we have everything we need now. Okay, and the dark has arrived. We're going to make 1 more of these, and that is all we need. We're extremely wary at this stage, but I believe we have everything we need to now make a rope. Let's have a look. Long cordage rope. It's going to take 7 hours for us to do it. There is a chance that we can fail at this as well because we don't have rope making. I hope we will be okay. Honestly, I think it's probably going to be worth us spending the time tomorrow to do it just so that it is finally done. Let's put on that cloak once again, have a look at the fire. Okay, 9 hours. So we will put another log in there for now. We'll call it yet another day. Still feeling healthy. As we wake up this morning, we are going to be having just smoked meat to get going because this is only going to last for 3 weeks, and we could turn it into the dehydrated version. Right now, I'm wanting just that extra bit of calories because, well, I'm nervous that we aren't getting enough just from eating berries. So this is going to take us, a fair bit to just get through it all. We are going to make sure that we take off our cloak. We'll actually just leave it here for now, because we don't want to have our arms encumbered in any way. Okay, long cordage rope. Let's start it. All right, we're going to stop at 36 just because we're starting to get thirsty. We'll have some of the clean water nearby, get nice and slaked, and we'll have some snacks in the form of smoked meat just to get us satisfied once again. We are halfway through, and we made it. We have a long cordage rope. Oh boy, 7 hours. to get through that. So it obviously must be much later in the day at this point. We just have way more of the smoked meat because, the calorie intake that we're getting from it is really nice. I will just quickly check and see what the time of day is. We have no idea at the moment. Yeah, we need to go outside. Oh, it's midday. Nice. Okay, so we actually got up quite early. So the next step for us is making just a basic bucket, I believe. Let's have a look. Yeah, we need a bucket and we need to have planks or sticks. Okay, so the sticks, that's really easy for us to get. We should have some sticks around here somewhere, probably in this pile. So if we just go to our deconstruct thing here, yep, long sticks, so we'll just get some sticks out of that. That should be enough to do that. And then we have to have a look at making a bucket. And we can make a wooden bucket. It's going to take us most of the rest of the day to be able to make this. We're going to be using our carving, but hey, look at this. This is really good. It's Fabrication 5, so we are going to improve our fabrication by doing this, or at least get close to improving it. I'm totally on board with that. It's going to use one of our sticks and it's going to use one of our logs, and we're pretty much just going to carve a bucket out of it. So let's get started. And we are done. And that got our theoretical and our practical understanding of fabrication up to 6. I can't wait to see what we can craft now. We're going to have a look at that in a second. We are just going to go and have something to drink and then have some of that nice smoked meat that we have as well, keeping that calorie intake up, making sure it's nice and huge. And yeah, we should actually be able to make this well right now, but before we do, let's have a look. We've got a whole new load of things that we can make here. Oh boy, a bullwhip. That's fun. I mean, the melee damage isn't great. Better now for flaying the rotten flesh off of walking corpses. Yeah, I guess because you do a ranged attack with it. Still, it's saying that the damage from this is not great. This is for long reach. I mean, it'd be great to friggin' have it, wouldn't it? It does use quite a few leather patches. We've got 2 of those at the moment. That is cool, though. Next up, we got hatchets, impact knuckles, lawn darts, makeshift chemical throwers. Okay. Scourge. Oh, cat o' nine tails, a handle with 9 short leather whips, each sporting a razor-sharp metal tip. So this is just reach attacks, but you can see that the cut from this is a lot higher. We got scythes, which can do grass cutting and, can be used as a weapon. Sewer knuckles, or skewer knuckles rather, and a survival knife, the survival machete, the survival naginata. Cool stuff. War scythe, not bloody bad. Heading over to ammunition, we have marbles. Okay. And over to armor, faux fur Kevlar jumpsuit. Fur Kevlar jumpsuit. Okay. I think the thing is, surely this would actually have to use some Kevlar, because it says you can use sinew instead. Ah, yes, it does use layered Kevlar panels, so. Light survivor mask over here as well. Yeah, it looks like it's mostly jumpsuits that have unlocked under suits. In head, we have the survivor mask. In torso, survivor body armor, and in legs it's probably, it's more survivor stuff, just the light survivor stuff though. In other, a stone cairn. Okay, so we had access to the clay cairn ages ago, but we can make a stone one now because our fabrication is high enough. And hey, here's another cool thing. This is Fabrication 6, so if we did want to make this, it's a lot of time to make it, it's nearly 15 hours to make it, but in saying that, it would improve our fabrication skill, further from where it's at the moment. Whether or not that's something that we actually want and or need to do, I don't think so at this stage. Let's have a look at tools, huh? So under tools, we've got the curved needle, an electric kiln, heavy crowbar, bolt cutters, pastor extruder, a screwdriver set, waffle iron, and a wood axe, a proper wood axe. Ooh. Under containers, we can make some glass and tin containers. In materials, RC car wheel set, a spring, and a steel chain. Under parts, the circular saw blade, grinder blade, and a metal wheel. In vehicles, the shock absorber. But I mean, I think it's fantastic that we know some of these things. And, okay, we can potentially get bashing or training for bashing, but we do need to, actually have a training dummy to use that with. Right, okay, so are we going to continue? I mean, yeah, we're going to continue trying to make this thing today. 100%. So we've got the rope done, the well. Right, so we just need to have 4 sticks. We've got 1 at the moment, so we'll go back on over to this pile here, and we're going to need to crack apart a few of these. Doesn't fit in any pockets. Okay, so we need to make a little bit of space, huh? There we go. That should do it, I believe. Huh. Okay, still don't want to let me, eh? All right, we've dropped off quite a few other bits and pieces there. How bizarre. So strange. Well, I imagine it's probably we just need to wield it to begin with, which is a little frustrating. Wield it, we get to go and grab another one. Okay, we've cracked a few of them there. That should theoretically be enough to do it at this stage. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, that's everything. Now it's just 2 hours for us to complete this. Okay, and there we go. That should be it. Okay, Caterpillar, I'm gonna need you to move off of the well for a second here. Oh, yes! Water. Now, we should, theoretically, have access to infinite water from this position. So if we just had a look to, try and make something with water here, so clean water, have infinite. There we go. Never again do we need to worry about water on the surface. This is huge for Hilma. In winter we can be happy down here. That's fantastic to know. I'm very, very happy that we got that done. That's a massive project, especially just for one person to undertake. We have a well, a full working well. The day's labors are taking its toll on us at the moment, but I am very happy with that. So, let's head on over here. I want to go ahead and activate something. Let's see. Tanning Fur Pelt. We are going to use you, roll you out, shake you about, and then we have ourselves a proper pelt. Damn, we can make fur body armor. Didn't realize that we could. Obviously, pretty damn warm. Be great for going out and hunting in winter. And it seems pretty protective as well. I do think in general it'll probably be worth just having like regular fur clothing. And for all of this stuff, we're going to have fabric cutting to be able to make any kind of proper clothing. I mean, heck, we can make a fur blanket at the moment. We just need to have a bit. Oh, if we have 2 more, we could have a roll mat. I don't know if that would be the best use for our furs, but still pretty cool. So I think at this stage, we can look at starting to, move towards the metalworking side of things and what we're actually going to need to be able to do that. So the first step for us is going to be trying to make a better anvil than what we have right now. And right now we're just using large rocks in here and they give us an anvil quality of 1. The next stage of anvil that we're going to want to try and get is this here, the bronze anvil. We need 10 bronze to be able to do it. And having a look at bronze, okay, we can make it. We can make a whole heap of bronze. Well, yes and no. This is using the aluminium ingots that we have. I think it would make more sense for us to use tin where possible because I feel like aluminium will be more rare, So let's have a look at tin. Tin powder. There we go. Cassiterite is what we get this from. And oh boy, we get quite a bit of tin powder. 40 minutes and we get 800 units of the stuff. So we can do a whole heap. And it really doesn't cost us that much more in the way of time. Okay, it's using our clay crucible and the fire. It doesn't even need to use the rock forge. Let's bloody do it. You do not have enough charges to complete the tin powder. Okay, let's have a look again then. Okay, so it does require the base camp forge. My bad. So we run out of charges around about here. So can we just put more into here? We can. Okay, no, it can only do 500. Oh, all right, no, it's stand corrected. We can put more into it. We can put up to 2,000. Yeah. Tin powder, up to 14. Yeah, we got the charges to do it. Let's make it happen. And oh, the sun is set, and our fire has gone out. Okay, let's go ahead. Put some wood in. Log into the fireplace. There we go. Start that fire. No problems. And we were nearly done with this, so we'll just finish it off. And just like that, we've got a whole heap of tin powder. So we'll drop that on over with all of our other bits and pieces. Excellent, and we'll have something to eat before we have a long rest. 4 days left on the fat. Okay, we'll maybe try and work on that tomorrow. Okay, we wake up. Our athletic skill has dropped back down just a little bit here. I feel like just for staying fit, we just need to, every couple of days, just do some press-ups and whatnot, which, yeah, that makes perfect sense to me. So we'll just pop on over here for a moment and start working on it, and just like that, our proficiency is back up to normal. Because it's like we're just dropping beneath. We are probably just going to stick on the smoked meat for now. I know it's not unhealthy for us to be just eating it as it is at the moment, but it's a fair amount of calories, and I really want to try and stock up as many as we can right now. Another good thing to note is that, our wounds have healed, so we're feeling good in that regard. Now, back into this, having a look at bronze, we should be able to make a fair amount of that. Now, it would be good to make it all at the same time because we save a lot of time. Where I'd get concerned in doing that is the chance of failure is up there. So I guess the question is, what are we willing to risk here? Honestly, if we just make 10 bronze, that's what we need to make the anvil. So I feel like that's probably... Yeah, let's try that. It's just under an hour. Don't mess up. And we didn't. We grit our teeth and prepare for a good fight as we wield the bronze. With our rock forge behind us, we've managed to smelt both the copper and the tin together to create bronze. We have it, just like that. And, with that, we can make ourselves that anvil, I believe. Yep, 3 hours and 23 minutes for us to be able to do that. So I think before we do any of that, we're going to have a slurp on our nice clean water that we have here. And then we're going to pop outside. We're going to grab some berries just so that we have something to, supplement all that meat. And then we'll see if we can make ourselves an anvil. Yeah, it's still right in the morning at the moment. Okay, into the woods we go. Let's do some gathering. Managed to find some reptile eggs there. Nice. Okay, well, I had a little bit of an accident there. We stood on a blackberry bush, but hey, we improved our healthcare skill a little bit by stopping the bleeding. Okay, so back in here, we're gonna have a munch on some of the berries that we got. We're feeling pretty damn good about that, and we can start slinging away at this anvil. What's interesting is that to make the big anvil, we don't actually need to have an anvil. Surprisingly enough, we just need a whole heap of steel. So we could maybe bypass the bronze anvil. I think what might be worth us having a look at here is looking at what things actually require an anvil. So if we search like this, okay, we should see quite a few things that we can make with anvils. So there's going to be a lot of them that only require an anvil of 1. But what we're looking for are ones that require an anvil of 2 to see if it's actually worthwhile us making it, because obviously a lot of the stuff needs anvil 3. I'm thinking probably most of the bronze stuff is anvil 2. Okay, yeah, I think it's primarily for bronze. Yeah, the bronze, the iron greaves and all the rest, anvil 2. I think the most important thing to think about here is looking at the picks that we've got. So the bronze pick, right, we do need to have the grinding for that still, and the other bits and pieces that come along with it. Yeah, but right now we can get 24 lumps of steel, and this is just from the chunks of hematite that we have. And for us to make the big anvil, we only need 40. I think we might want to bypass the bronze anvil. Reason being, I feel like it's going to take a bit of time to make it regardless. It's going to be the question of whether or not we can use these weapons now. The weapons that you can make with it. Oh, it's tough. I think regardless, making as much of the steel as possible is a good idea for us because, it's keeping our fabrication skill rolling, and it really doesn't take that much time for us to process it. So yeah, let's go make 24 lumps of steel. Oh, and we can use the coal. You know what? Let's use the coal instead of the charcoal, I think. Bam. Done. 24 lumps of steel, just like that. So obviously if we can get some more hematite, then that would be super cool. The only way for us to do that right now without that copper pick is for us to just go smashing at the walls with trees. And we don't actually we don't even have a recipe to make a different type of bronze pick. The thing is, as long as we have an anvil of 3, we can still make this anyway. You know what? The bronze anvil doesn't actually take us that long to make in the grand scheme of things, and it does allow us to make other things like the shears, which would eventually allow us to do fabric working and stuff like that. There's no guarantee we're going to be able to get the steel that we need. We can, try and collect some bog iron and stuff like that, all super time intensive, processes. This is going to help us increase our red smithing, which is, the bronze working, and bronze working is getting a big overhaul at the moment anyway. I think we make this thing. I think it's worth it. Okay, let's see if we can get it done. Bam. A bronze anvil, just like that. We're going to move our seeds to the side here, and I'm going to see if we can place this down. Let's get you out the way. Place anvil. Oh, okay. Well, I guess maybe it just works like equipment, unless we activate it to place it. Nope, I guess we can just place it to the side there. But yeah, we have a bronze bloody anvil. So, thinking about what we need next for things like the bronze shears and, the bronze pick as well, the sand casting mold, and we also need these flat jaw tongs. I think the tongs, I'm pretty sure that they're going to require the sand casting mold as well. We also need to have a grinding tool of 2 or more. Let's have a quick look into that. So, it's going to be the polishing stone, and this takes 4 days. 4 days for us to make. My gosh. Yup. Oh boy. Yeah, so that obviously is a big investment. But it is something that is going to be necessary, I think. A large natural stone with a flat surface to grind against. Oh, it'd be amazing to be able to just find one of these out in the wild, but no, I think it's a very specific way of working the stone so that we can make it have, a grinding quality of 2. The mortar and pestle, that's just for, fine grinding. And we're not about that, not right now at least. Plus, we've already got one. So, forgetting about that for a second, let's have a look at the sand casting mold. So, we have most of those things. What we don't have is super glue. Super glue, I believe we are going to need to up our applied science skill to be able to do that. And one of the ways we can do that is by making lye powder. We need to make lye first of all to get our applied science back up. I think we should be able to do that. We've got some stomachs to keep the lye in at this stage. So, with that being the case, let's have a look at lye then. Okay, it takes an hour to make, but we do see a a massive time saving. Oh boy. Yeah, we can make a whole heap of lye here. Now, 50 units of lye. Can we keep that right now? Well, I guess one of the ways in which we could keep it is by emptying out our current water. And I'm okay with us doing that. Yeah. I know that sounds ridiculous, but let's do that. Because the clean water takes next to no time for us to make, and we've got a well here now, so we don't really need to worry about it so much. We're going to unload that water, we're going to pour it onto the ground. Actually, hang on, before we do that, let's pour it into our thing, and then pour the rest on the ground just over there. There's a whole heap of water there now, and we've got this thing that we can put lye into. So we'll drop it on the ground there, and let's make a ridiculous amount of lye. Yeah, let's get to work. Oh, and the fire goes out. Yes, of course it does. And our science skill has already gone up, which is great. Get that fire lit once again. Bam, we've got our lye. So we'll pour it into the canning pot. Brilliant. So that's that step done. The next thing is lye powder. So there's a few things that we can actually make here. We can make a soap bar as well, using some of the tallow that we have. I think having a soap bar hanging about is probably a good idea for us. Making lye powder, I feel like that's going to be useful. We can use it in soap and in sugar, interestingly enough. Well, let's just go make the soap bar to begin with. We will use the tallow that we have, and we will use the lye, which it's saying that we don't have, but that is a lie. Do not believe them. And, okay. Glycerol, is that a byproduct? It must be. Huh. Okay. What can we do with you then? Well, the soap bar, we're just going to keep to the side for now. Okay, so let's have a look at this thing here and see if it will give us any additional information. Maybe, yay, nay. Oh, okay, here we go. Contains a liquid. you going to tell us anything about that liquid? It is a clear, odorless liquid and an ingredient necessary to make dynamite. Good to know. Okay, we might need to keep somewhere separate to store that. But let's have a look at our applied science. It's at 69% at the moment. Nice. Let's have a look at making some Lye Powder now. So it seems like we do get quite a bit in the way of time saving from this as well. I don't know if I want to sink that much time into it. We could maybe make 2 lots of Lye Powder. We'll say yes, use that lye, thank you. And powder. There we go. Okay. And our applied science is now at 3. And we've got a whole heap of Lye Powder. Lye Powder, of course, we can use for gunpowder. And it's also necessary for super glue. Perfect. Okay, well, I'm glad that we made it. We'll put that to the side for now, and let's have a look and see what we have unlocked. Black gunpowder. This is, just seeing Hilma slowly but surely work her way up through the ages is, it's exciting. It's a wonderful thing to see. And super glue. We can make super glue. And I think we can actually make a fair amount of it. We need to have pine or bone. Oh, we've got so much bone. So much bone. Or you can use Lye Powder as well. Honestly, I think we'll probably just end up using the bone for now. And infinite water. We can make so much super glue. I'm so happy right now. Okay, we can make rubber, methanol, rosin, rubber cement, zinc. And under electronics, heavy dry battery, light dry battery, and a medium dry battery. Under other, we have thyme oil, okay, which is, it's a mildly irritating antiseptic, but it's an antiseptic though. Wicked. Let's have a look under tools here and see what we've got. A still. We're definitely going to make you eventually. Under medical, mugwort oil that we have there, which kills parasites. I love that we have access to these things because, if we do get, say parasites or anything else like that, we would kind of be done for. It's nice to know that we can potentially treat those things out here in the wild. We can make cement, quicklime and sand, and, a forge, which we've got. Well, actually, no, we don't have quicklime now, but we can make quicklime. We can make bloody duct tape too. Plastic chunks. When I say we can make these things, we know theoretically how to make them. We don't necessarily have all the parts. We can make a welding rod. Okay, well, this is all fantastic stuff. But obviously, the main thing out of all of this is super glue. So let's go make a fair amount of super glue if we can. And this is also going to improve our applied science. I think let's just go make 5 for now to start with. We'll spend an hour doing that. We'll use the bone that we have there. And we've got super glue. Hilma. This is very, very cool to see. Okay, so I think we'd have close to having everything for the sandcast. Yep, we just need sticks. So let's move over here and see if we can get a cracking. Yeah, it seems to have no problem doing it now. I guess because our hands are free, there might not have been before. That's another 2 sticks. We'll do this a few times here, just that we have those sticks cracked up. And we'll go and munch on all these berries here, which are kind of going to slake us at the same time. Jumping back to this, searching for sand, we can make the sand casting mold. Amazing. I'm elated with the fact that we actually have access to super glue now, and that sand casting mold is done just like that. Heading back into bronze, obviously we are going to need to make some bronze to be able to make these things, but okay, we need the grinding tool for that, and we also need the grinding tool for the shears. But this is big for us. We have made some fantastic progress, but now that grindstone is staring us in the face. And rather, the polishing stone, 4 days and 3 hours. That's a long time to spend working on it. And it's brisk as well. It's brisk activity, so it'll tire us out eventually. I think we're going to need to make sure that we have a decent stockpile of food before we try and do any of that. But I am so happy with what we've been able to do today. Getting access to super glue, that really changes things for us. We are moving up in the world, Hilma. We are that much closer to being able to make nails. Obviously, we need the proper anvil to be able to do that, and we'll have to do a whole heap of mining before we can. Once we've got that, we're going to be able to make furniture for ourselves. Yeah, it is a big bloody deal. And we've got soap as well, so we can actually get clean. So, once again, I'd like to thank you all for joining me for another episode with Hilma. Every day she's making new discoveries, and honestly, I gotta think that's a pretty wonderful way to live, where I feel like she's had all of these things in the back of her mind from high school, from working as a rescue helicopter pilot. I mean, it seems she is a survivalist. All of this knowledge is there. It's almost as though she's unlocking our collective memory over time, and it's wonderful to see. So, sitting by the fireplace, with Caterpillar climbing over that pile of logs, that is where we're going to be wrapping things up for today. If you enjoyed today's episode, please consider leaving a comment or a like to let me know if you enjoyed the show. For now, I have been Rycon. You have all been awesome. And until next time, stay tuned. And finally, I'd like to extend a great big thank you to the Legion on Patreon who continue to make content like this possible.